Today we are going to do a Drip Network review. So in this review of the Drip Network, we're going to be looking at the question, is the Drip Network sustainable? So this question comes up. A lot of people have a lot of opinions, and I honestly don't think many people address this or they understand this clearly. So I'm going to cover 3 factors that you have to understand when it comes to the sustainability, not only of the Drip Network, but really whether it's Drip or any other crypto. These are the factors that you want to be aware of. It doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, or any other coin for that matter. First of all, if you don't know how Drip works, it's very simple. I'll put a link in the website to the website down in the description. It is an affiliate link, but essentially all you do is you come over here into Drip. You use BNB token, you buy Drip, you deposit Drip into the faucet. You're in 1% a day, and you hydrate the Drip every single day if you want. So when you hydrate, it just takes these Drip and it drops them here, and then it compounds every single day. So people see this compounding and they say, hey, how is that possible? And I mean, listen, there are people out there that have, $500,000 Drip accounts. I mean, it's nuts. So the question is, how is it possible? Right now I'm making $487 per day at this very moment if I was to withdraw every single day. Is that sustainable? Well, we're going to be discussing that in this video. By the way, if you love cryptocurrency and you love earning passive income in cryptocurrency, go down to the description, subscribe to our Crypto Passive Profits newsletter. It is absolutely free to join. All right, so we had this conversation came up today. Give you a backstory. This morning, someone said inside of my team Telegram, I have a Drip Telegram just for my team members on my team. You can go down in the description. You can join that Telegram if you would like. But he said, I don't really understand, I understand the compounding aspect. I see how that works, but I'm not really sure when I hear sustainability. Like, some people are saying this could go on for years and years. How is that possible? So because of that conversation, I created a bit of a slideshow just because I thought it was good content to put out there for everyone. But this is the kind of conversation that we have sometimes in our Telegram group. So is Drip Network sustainable? So when it comes to sustainability, the project will always pay out in Drip tokens. Some people aren't aware of this, but the smart contract can mint more Drip to meet payouts, which would make it inflationary if that ever happened. The real question for sustainability is, will the token maintain value? At some point, more people are withdrawing to sell, which will lower the price. There are tokenomic and economic incentives to discourage that in the short term. So it's important to understand that, first of all, the contract can mint more. So it pays out 1% a day. If it needed to meet that payout at some point in time, it could always mint additional tokens if the contract needed to. It never has. Some people say it will never happen. I don't know if I buy that. However, if the contract needed to, it could mint more tokens. The real question for sustainability, and I believe this is the real question, is, will the token maintain value? Will the token maintain value, some sort of value? Right now, the token's at $64. If this was to compound every single day, I got 756 tokens. I did a calculation over here. 756 tokens compounded at 0.95% per day would, in 1 year, get you to 23,000 tokens, 23,000 Drip tokens. So even if Drip was valued at, if the price dropped all the way down to $30 a token, it wouldn't matter. That still would, I've got 23,000 tokens times 30. If it dropped all the way down to, $10, it still wouldn't matter. At $1, I would still be withdrawing $238 a day if that was to happen. And I was able to compound for an entire year, so to speak. So the 3 factors you need to consider. Number 1, the tax system. So everybody says Drip is sustainable because of the tax system. The genius of Drip is we pay more in taxes than people realize sometimes. 10% in the faucet, 10% out of the faucet, 10% to sell, 5% to compound. Right here, we're at 30 to 35% in taxes. Most people think they're only paying 10% in, 10% out. So Forex designed that mechanic very well because you don't see the hit all at once. And the taxes are overcome only by compounded for an extended period of time. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. A lot of times people say Drip, it's 10% in, 10% out. Well, if you buy Drip, if you have BNB in your MetaMask, you come over here and you buy some Drip tokens. Say you come over here, you're like, hey, I got 100 BNB, and you're going to buy 800 Drip tokens, right? You click them here, you do this, you put buy. There's no tax to buy those tokens. You're going to end up with 100 drip tokens in your wallet. However, when you want to earn from those drip tokens, you have to make a deposit into the faucet. That deposit, and you can't withdraw from the faucet, you just earn 1% a day, but that deposit takes a 10% hit. So your 100 tokens become 90. With those 90 tokens, now you're going to start earning 1% a day. If you want to compound at any point in time, you've got two options. You can hydrate. That's going to compound your earnings. It's going to take these earnings and drop them in here, and you're going to continue to earn 1% a day. That's when I say compound once a day for a year. That's how I would get to 23,000 tokens if I wanted to do that starting right here. However, if I chose to at any point in time, I could make a claim. The claim is how I withdraw out of the faucet and put them back in my wallet. But that's a 10% hit as well. So if there was 10 tokens here and I could hit claim, I'm going to pay a 10% tax. If I took those 9 tokens and I wanted to sell them back to BNB, that's another 10% tax. Not everybody thinks about that. So just to get in and out of the faucet and back to BNB, you're going to get hit with 10% 3 different times. Also, the only way to overcome those taxes is to stay deposited and keep compounding, which is still paying a 5% tax. So they're incentivizing that you continue to stay in the system, continue to compound, and you continue to also pay those taxes. Those taxes are what people are earning the 1% off of. But at some point, people are going to earn enough and more people are going to start selling. So you would think as you have more sellers selling the token on the open market, it's going to drive the price down significantly. And that could happen. But that's where factor number 2 comes in. There needs to be use cases for the token. So holding the token only for faucet rewards itself isn't sustainable except in the short term. Giving people things to do with their tokens helps, like Drip Garden and Farm. So these are other parts of the ecosystem. So if you want to go into Drip Garden, you're going to do one of 2 things. And there's 2 farms that are going to launch. I think one's launching next week and another one a couple weeks after that. So the Drip Garden, if you want to go into the Drip Garden, you're going to do one of 2 things. You're going to withdraw from the faucet, which again, you're going to pay those taxes, or you're going to go onto the open market and you're going to buy more drip. If you buy more drip, that helps push the price up. When you create an ecosystem where you can do additional functions with your token, additional use cases with your tokens, then you're going to maintain taxes, and you're going to also help push the price up or support the price. A lot of people say things like, oh, you have to keep bringing new money in. You don't have to keep bringing new money in if you can continue to give people a reason to want to transact with the token. That's the question. Is there a reason for people to want to transact with the token? Because if people keep wanting to transact with their tokens, then additional taxes are going to constantly be created over and over again. The issue with Drip Garden and the farms, personally, at best, those are going to have a lifespan of several weeks to maybe even just a few months. It's hard to say. But personally, it's not going to go on for years and years. I'm hoping to see more longer use cases in the future. And if we see that, I would start to think that this project could go on for years and years if those ever come. Now, there have been talks months back, I'm told, I didn't see it myself, but I'm told that there was talks about there becoming drip games, some sort of a like stock trading simulator sort of a game. And if you can create game mechanics in the platform where people want to hold the token and you can give them additional reasons to want to hold the token or additional reasons to want to transact with the token, then that can also maintain sustainability. But we'll have to see. It's really good that there's Drip Garden and that there's farms. All that's really good, but we have to see where the token goes long term. Here's the third factor that you have to be aware of. Long-term belief that the token will have value. The contract can continue to emit more rewards, but at some point people are going to want to start selling. The only thing that prevents people from selling is some sort of belief that long-term the token has value. The only reason that Bitcoin has value is because people keep buying it because they believe long-term it has value. People like me, I'm hugely bullish on Bitcoin. Same thing with Ethereum, for example, or any other cryptocurrency. It's the same thing for Doge. It's the same thing for Shiba Inu. People believe that it's going to have value. That's why they've bought it up and the prices have went way, way up. Even though there's absolutely nothing that you can do with Doge, nothing that you can really do with Shiba Inu. People are just speculating because they think that long-term there's going to be some sort of development. And I guess there actually has been some development with Doge. So who knows where that what ultimately happens there. But it's the underlying belief that for some reason in the future, this token may have more value. So what I said here is if they can get drip to go viral and people decide to keep it staked, not just for rewards, but also for long-term price appreciation beyond rewards, then this could last a really long time. I do think the faucet rewards hurt this strategy some because it's the more obvious reason to hold the token, but most people realize that at some point the number of people selling keeps growing and the token price will go down. However, the developer Forex is supposed to be launching some enormous marketing campaigns with rappers and other large influencers after the first of the year. He's actually working with a large marketing agency. He's been talking about that now for a couple of months. If that does occur, then who knows? Listen, if they continue to develop use cases for the token and people believe that for some reason this token is going to have some sort of long-term value, just like there's plenty of people that believe Doge is going to have long-term value, and there's plenty of people that believe Shiba Inu is going to have long-term value, and they're continuing to hodl those tokens. If people are willing to hodl it long-term or hold it in the faucet long-term, it's going to have some sustainability, and it could last for a really long time. In the short term, I think the future looks bright. I mean, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And then not financial advice, by the way, for God's sakes. Don't take financial advice from a freaking YouTuber, especially when you don't know his name or his face. But long term, I think the token's not going to go nowhere. I think the ecosystem looks very healthy. They have 2 projects about to launch, so that's going to happen within the next couple of weeks. One of them is launching, then there'll be another one a couple of weeks after that. There's a big marketing push taking place supposedly after the new year or going into the new year. So in the short term, over the next 90 days or so, I think the project looks very, very bright. Long term, you start getting out beyond 6 months from now, a year from now, I think we'll just have to wait and see what happens at that point. For me in this project, it was very important early on because it's a very high-risk project that I get my initial investment out. I'm just along for the ride. I'm literally compounding every single day. At this point, I've taken out very little so far outside of airdrops, and I'll talk about that here in a moment, but it's extremely exciting just to compound and see where this goes. What will this value end up growing to? Can I get 1,000 here? Can I get 2,000? Can I get 5,000? Can I max out an account? I don't really know, but it's fun. I mean, at this point, I'm in a kind of a risk-free position. Now, if you want to get started with Drip, I am doing an airdrop. I'm going to be doing an airdrop here in a few hours on my small account. Go down into the description of this video, click on the link, buy your Drip, get it deposited. If you have at least 5 Drip deposited, keep in mind you're going to have a tax. So you need, maybe you take 6 Drip and you make a deposit or whatever. You're going to you'll have 5 and some change left at that point. But you have 5 Drip deposited, 5 brand new Drip. And even if you're, already on my team, if you make a brand new 5 Drip deposit or whatever, I took a screenshot a couple of days ago, and everyone that has 5 more Drips going to be getting entered into the airdrop. I'm planning to late this evening to do an airdrop. I've got 2. I'm going to do a random drawing. I'll record it so you can see that to verify that. But basically going to do a random drawing for everyone who has 5 Drip, brand new Drip deposit will enter the drawing, and someone's going to get 2 Drip tokens, which is a $120 value. I think there's only like 12 or 15 people eligible right now. Or maybe not even that many. Maybe it's less than 10. I have to go back and look. There's not a lot of people eligible right now. So if you want to get some free Drip, go down in the description, click on that link. You may have to use my BuddyAddress. You got to make certain that my BuddyAddress is right here for you down in the description. Use that BuddyAddress. Make your 5 Drip deposit, at least 5 Drip. You can deposit more. It's up to you. But ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake about it. This is a high risk platform. I mean, I hear people talking about, how they're putting their mortgage, they're taking retirement accounts and going into Drip, and that scares the hell out of me because that doesn't make any sense at all. Do what you want to do if that's you, but why in the world? I read in Telegram a couple weeks back where somebody said he took his entire retirement account and now he's basically retired because he's living off a Drip. And I'm thinking, buddy, you need a backup plan. You don't know that this is going to last for months, years. In this video, we talk about sustainability, but there's no guarantee it's going to last in a couple of weeks. I would not put my mortgage in here. I would not take out a loan. I would not do anything crazy like that. But have fun with it. I think this is going to be a fun project, and it's fun to be in this space. You don't have to get crazy. Hey, what do I know? Don't take financial advice from a YouTuber. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Crypto Wealth. Decentralized cryptocurrency equals freedom. I'm out.